Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about Magic Keys coming back.
And we share our Disney ins and outs for 2024. Let's dive in.
All right, and this is episode number 116. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, you just stole my line.
Did I really?
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, then welcome back.
It's so funny. When you say it, I'm always like, hi.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Just to bring you back behind the scenes here, I just recorded the episode by myself, and then there's a reason. Little Maddie is very restless right now. You're probably going to hear her, and she's, yep, there it is. She's hanging out with Caitlin, and we thought that she wasn't going to sleep, and so I said, I'll take it. I recorded it, and hated it.
It's not even bad.
It was so bad. I literally was like, you need to come in here even if she's awake. She will be the third podcast host. It is that bad. So excuse little Maddie's talking in the background. She will probably be pretty active here, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you've got a little one.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, this week, what have we been up to? We just celebrated Miss Caitlin's birthday here.
We did, and I had such a good day. You guys just literally spoiled me.
Oh my goodness.
It was such a great day.
Yeah, Maddie and I gifted Caitlin some things.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie picked some things out for her, and so I went and wrapped it, and we presented the gifts to you yesterday.
It was very special.
Some Disney-themed stuff, some non-Disney
Yes.
themed things, and we had a good time.
We did.
Yeah.
And thank you so much to everyone on Instagram who wished me a happy birthday. I really appreciate that.
It was very nice.
It was a great day,
It
honestly.
was a great day. And then, what else did we do? We also dined on some Chinese food.
We did.
We went and got some P.F. Chang's,
Oh,
Caitlin's favorite spot.
So delicious.
And again, we're trying to choose options that travel well, things that we can bring home because little Mads is not ready for the big world yet, going out to restaurants and such. So
Nah.
we kept it pretty chill. We watched half of Hunger Games.
Yes.
We started falling asleep at the end there, so we had to go to bed.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that movie series forever. I'm like obsessed with it. And finally, Caleb surprised me. We bought the whole collection.
Yeah, it's funny. So I went to go search it and watch it with you. And of course, we have every single streaming service, and it wasn't on any of them.
I know.
And so then I'm like, okay, we'll buy it. And then I went to go buy like all 4 of them on like Apple, but like then I found it on Blu-ray for like half off. And so we did the old school way and got some
Yeah.
physical media.
I love doing that.
We popped it in,
Uh-huh.
and I felt like a kid again.
It's so good. It is such a good series.
Like blew the thing off.
Yeah.
How does this thing work?
It was kind of weird inserting a disc and just going on a streaming service.
I know. Oh no. All right, we're back.
We are.
I got to calm Maddie down.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little upset with our opinions on Blu-rays, I guess. I love Blu-rays, Dad. Hey, before we dive into the news, please consider joining us over on Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support. We actually have a new subscriber over there,
We
Miss
do.
Janelle. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying the content over there. She actually had a great suggestion for a Patreon episode, which I'll be working on in the next week or two. But thank you so much for sending that in and joining us over there. But again, like we mentioned, it's just a good place. Honestly, it supports the show, so that helps a ton. And also, you get some bonus content for doing so. Also, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Both are a giant help to the show. You can leave a rating on both Apple and Spotify and a written review only over on Apple. Again, it takes like 3 minutes to do. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and thank you in advance for doing that. Okay. Ready to dive into the news?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, that brings us to our one and only news story. It's a big one.
It is a big one.
Magic Keys are coming back on sale.
This is a stressful event.
On sale.
On sale.
I don't know what I was going to finish it with there, but this is huge. They come back
Yeah.
for purchase on Wednesday, January 10th.
The internet is in an outrage, but like in a good way, I guess.
An outrage.
I guess like an exciting outrage.
What?
It's so weird. Honestly, like I've never seen some people so excited, but also so nervous and also so frustrated over something.
Yeah, it is. I'll give people credit. It is frustrating that
for
they're
sure.
very limited. I think Disney, who knows the real reason they say it's to enhance guest experience. They're not overselling, Magic Keys to make
Right.
sure the parks aren't like overcrowded. I've heard, this is a rumor, I don't know if this is true, so please don't quote me on this, that there are over 1 million magic key holders.
That is absolutely insane.
I don't know if that's true, but that's nuts.
I mean, it makes sense when you think about it.
Maybe. Is it?
I mean, I don't know.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, there's a reason they're trying to keep all of us out.
That's true.
So
the last time these things went, for sale, were available for sale, was back in April, I think, of 23.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a while. And again, back in the day, annual passes used to be you could buy them whenever you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You could just go to the booth and buy an annual pass. Those days are long gone. They're limiting them, so they kind of come on sale when they come on sale. So again, if you are interested at all, make sure to be on your computer Wednesday, January 10th, no later than 9 a.m. These things will go on sale at 9 a.m. And so, of course, you'll join a virtual queue. Expect to be by your computer for hours.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This will take a long time.
And for the website to probably crash a couple times.
Yeah, you'll add them to your cart, and you won't be able to check out, or they'll ask you for, I don't know, pesos instead of US dollars, or they'll convert your money into yen or something.
Okay.
They'll be like, oh, sorry, you're using oh, got it. It just gets wonked out all the time. So who knows what'll happen. But again, just a reminder, let's just go through what the keys look like, and we'll talk about what we're thinking, we're pondering on. Number one, you've got the creme de la creme, the fancy one, the Inspire key. This one's going to set you back
It's so expensive.
$1,649.
But this pass does include free standard parking, 20% off select merchandise, 15% off select food, and unlimited digital downloads for your PhotoPass pictures.
And 20% off Genie Plus.
Which is crazy.
That's nutso.
Which with pricing recently with Genie Plus, that would definitely be helpful.
That's a chunk of change. There are only about 2 weeks of blockout dates with this pass. It used to be no blockout dates, but those days are long gone. You've got about 2 weeks. This is the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. So that's pretty much it. The next one on the list, you've got the Believe key, starting at $1,000. I was going to say that we were at $1,249. $1,249. This includes 50% off standard parking, 10% off food and drinks, 10% off merchandise, unlimited Disney PhotoPass downloads, and 20% off Genie Plus.
That 10% off does really help.
It does. It adds up. I mean, if you go to the park enough, that's maybe $200-$300 a year that you're saving on that stuff. Again, it's money spent. It's
Every
not like
little
it's
thing counts, you know?
I know. This is yeah. Anyways, you've got blockout dates mostly during the summertime, so a big chunk of time there you have blocked out. I think July, right? August.
I think so, yeah.
And then holiday time. So if there's a holiday, any holiday throughout the year, just expect to not go that week-ish. I think that's usually what it looks like for that key. Next up on the list, this is what we used to have. We had it for a year.
Yes, we loved it.
Yeah, we had the Believe key in the beginning. And then we moved down for the Enchant last year.
Yeah, because it just worked out schedule-wise. The dates we wanted to go, they fit. And
yeah, we maybe shifted one trip to maybe fit the blockout date calendar.
Yeah.
But it worked out for the most part.
It worked out perfectly.
It did. This is $849. This includes 20% off Genie Plus, 10% off merchandise and food, and then 20% off standard theme park parking.
Yeah, this was a great pass, honestly.
It used to be.
Yeah, the only reason why we wouldn't go with this pass again is Disney did take out pretty much every single weekend. 99%
of the weekends. I think there's a few Sundays, but every single Saturday's gone.
Right, which for us, we need the Saturdays because we use those.
Yeah, I think most folks have limited PTO, right?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of be selective on how many weekdays you take off. And so this pass isn't great for those folks that are coming in from out of town looking to go during the weekends. Expect to not really go at all in the summertime, and then all holidays, again, a couple weeks around a holiday, those will most likely be blocked out. And then finally, this leaves us with the Imagine key. The joke is you'll imagine going to the parks, you just can't go.
It's true.
It's very limiting. Again, I got to give them credit. For them to offer a key this low, it's $499. That's pretty much the price of a 3-day park hopper now. So for $50 more, you get a lot more days in the park. So I got to give them credit. It's a decent pass for locals.
Oh, for sure.
Locals that can go during the week after work, this is a fantastic pass. This includes 20% off parking at the Toy Story lot specifically, 10% off merchandise, and 10% off food and drinks. And then again, 20% off Genie Plus. So again, like I mentioned, extremely limited, but perfect for locals. But yeah, make sure to be on that website, guys. These are going to sell out pretty quickly. I know all of them sold out pretty much day 1 or 2 last time. The Inspire key, the top tier, was there for about a week and then sold out.
Yeah, we'll see. And again, for those who are entering the queue, just because you hop on at 9 a.m. does not mean that you're
No.
automatically going to get your key at 9:02.
It's totally random.
Yes. Some people that were in the queue last time were in there for hours upon hours. Other people got it within 45 minutes. So just expect to wait a little bit of time and just be glued to your computer.
Yeah, it's luck of the draw. Again, it's a random. I think it just assigns you a number, and it just kind of goes with that when you log on. So just I just be patient. Again, Caitlin, what are we thinking? I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys and transparent. We weren't planning on getting them so soon.
Mm-mm.
I was hoping they would go on sale like towards the end of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we were going to wait for Maddie to be a little older, but it works, their little scheme here, because you also get scared that like, are they not going to be available for another year?
Yeah. And again, we're doing other things throughout this year. So we're kind of like, okay, we were going to build them. We were going to go once with just tickets. And then we have something big happening at the end of the year. And then our plan was, hey, we're going to get keys. And then for 25, we'll be able to go all year. But now that they're doing this, like Hila mentioned, I'm like, okay, well, what if they don't release them again?
It very well could be. And like that, I don't want to be kind of locked out,
Yes.
because that's a lot of money to go tickets every single time.
And not to mention, this is one of the few times that they have all of the keys available. Sometimes it's renewal only.
That's
so you just
true.
never know. And again, I feel silly being like, well, I guess we'll just get them because we're scared that they're not going to come back. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want it to be a thing where we can't go. Because again, it makes more sense for us to do the key because we go more than once a year.
Yeah, we'll make it happen a little
Yeah.
more. If we have them, then we'll make a couple trips happen. Maybe it's just you and me.
Yeah, exactly.
Little date weekend.
Yeah.
So-
We're going back and forth, but let us know. Are you guys getting a key? Are you guys renewing your key? What does it look like for you guys?
Yeah, we'd love to know. And honestly, advice for us. We have, a newborn.
Mhm.
We're not going to take her tomorrow, but
No,
the
no,
first
no.
trip wouldn't be till the summertime probably.
Mhm.
So we're confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Yeah, I think she'd be fine. I get a little concerned that, let's say we go in a few months here and she doesn't love it. She doesn't, I don't know.
And that could happen.
And that could happen. She
Yeah.
couldn't, she might not travel well for a little bit, which
Mhm.
it's okay. She's brand new. And I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah, everything's up in the air right now because again, just because she doesn't like the one trip, she might like the second trip. So it's like we're not sure. So if you have little ones and have some advice for us, please send it our way. You can do so on Instagram with a DM or our markethousepodcast.com. Send us a message on there. We'd love to hear from you.
All right. You know what that music means. It is time for Disney Trivia. It has been a while.
It has been.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Are
to be
you ready though?
Trivia'd?
Ooh.
No, I'm not.
I have some tricky questions for you this week.
Do you really?
Mhm.
Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it. All right, question number 1. How does Mulan save her fellow soldiers when they get ambushed?
Oh my gosh, I've never seen this movie. I don't
Yes,
think.
you have.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
Okay, so think of the scene when I'm going to give you a hint.
Does she shoot an arrow?
She does. But
Does
what
it
does that
cause
do?
An avalanche.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
There you go. I don't know this answer. Okay.
Okay, we did actually. It was on. Wait, why'd you put it on?
I've never seen this movie.
Okay, I have seen it in snippets. I don't think I've sat down and watched the whole thing.
Enough to know she had an arrow that caused an avalanche.
Okay, maybe I've seen it a couple times.
Great job. Okay, question number 2. King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph.
Wow.
Wreck-It Ralph is the ruler of what kingdom?
I can't do it. King Candy. I can't. He's so
I
good.
love his
That's
voice.
Alan Tudyk.
Tudyk.
Yeah, same guy
Okay.
that does the Wesselton.
Oh, no way.
Mhm.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so again, King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph is the ruler of what kingdom?
Candy Kingdom.
No.
Okay. Oh man. I love that movie.
Come on.
Shoot. What kingdom? Popcornopolis.
Mm-mm.
Sweetville.
Close.
Candyland. Sweet and treats. I don't know.
Sugar Rush.
Oh, the land's called Sugar Rush?
Sugar Rush, and I looked it up. That is correct.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the game.
Yes.
The game is called Sugar Rush. Okay,
King
see.
Candy's signature phrase.
Got it. Okay.
His real name is Turbo, according to Google.
It is Turbo.
Is it?
Yes.
King Candy's name is Turbo?
It's like a whole thing. Remember? I don't want to give it away if people haven't seen it.
Okay, well, he is the self-proclaimed ruler of Sugar Rush, a kart racing video game set in a candy-themed kingdom.
King Candy. I can't do it. Okay, let's move on. Are you ready for your questions?
I'm ready.
All right. So I got what? One?
You got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweetville didn't count.
Candy
Okay.
cane lane, yeah.
Candy Cane Lane. All right. Where was a private apartment built for Walt Disney in Disneyland, but never used? It's a multiple choice. So there was a second apartment built for him, but it
Okay.
was never used. Was it in Bear Country, Adventureland, New Orleans Square, or Tomorrowland?
New Orleans Square.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Good job.
I just assumed because like Club 33 is over there,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Club
So.
33 was going to be a giant apartment. Big old house. All right, next up. What Disney princess has a tattoo?
A tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh my.
She's a wild one, this
oh my
one.
goodness.
What Disney princess has a tattoo? Do you know?
No. I don't know why Rapunzel came to mind, but that's clearly not correct.
It's King Candy.
Can I have a hint?
No?
Oh wow. I have no idea. Brave? Or
Merida?
Merida.
Yeah, the Princess Brave. Merida? No, she does not have a tattoo. And that we know of. That we know. I guess we should say as we know of.
gosh.
Belle might have one. Who knows? Belle definitely does not have one.
Raya?
Right. Good guess. I don't think so. No.
I have no idea. What's the answer?
Pocahontas.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, Caitlin.
I almost gave you a trivia question for that movie.
I
We
would have
haven't
gotten
seen
it
that in a
wrong.
while.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I was a little girl. We need to watch it.
Sure, let's do it. Miko? That was a question recently, right? Is it Miko? What is it?
Is it? I thought it was Nico.
No, it's Miko. Dude, you don't even know.
No.
Or you got to rewatch it. All right, let us know what you got at home. We did terrible, of course, usually. We got half
As
right.
usual.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is Ins and Outs Disney 2024 edition.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
I think I am. I don't know if I still completely understand what this is.
Why?
So Caitlin told me about this. It's apparently a new trend.
Yes.
The kids are doing it.
It's literally all over social
It's
media.
the TikToks and Talks and the Instagram Reels. What else are they doing it on? Twitters?
Maybe.
Are they tweeting?
Mm,
Are they threading?
more TikTok, probably.
Or are they
It's all over Instagram.
vining? Is it on the Vine? On the Facebook?
Okay.
MySpace.
It's definitely not on MySpace.
Do you remember MySpace?
Yes.
I was not allowed to have one.
And remember you had, neither was I, but I had one.
Oh.
You remember you could change your top friends, so if your friends made you upset.
Top 8, right? It was
That
8?
was so terrible.
That was a big deal.
It's so terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
Why did you do that,
I have
people?
no idea. And I remember it was like the first thing you would do when you were upset is you would go change your top friends.
Ooh.
Like, that's so sad.
Some drama.
Kids don't do that.
How old were you when you had it?
Probably middle school.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's when your brain is still forming.
I know.
You
It's
should
not-
not be on. Yeah. Social media scares me.
Yeah, it really
Now
does.
that we have a little one, I'm like, oh, dear goodness. Anyways, let's leave this depressing topic and talk about ins and outs. So apparently this is basically, this is the gist I got. It's basically New Year's resolutions. What you want to stop and what you want to start or continue, right?
Kind of. It's not really goal based. It's just things that you want to recognize, like, hey, I want to stop doing this, whether it's a negative thing or if it's something you're just like, hey, I don't want to waste my time like scrolling on my phone all day. I'd rather read a book. So it's basically things that you want to stop doing and things you want to
So
start
resolutions
doing.
do that.
In a way, yes.
So
But
basically,
I wouldn't say they're goals.
these young kids basically took resolutions and made it a cooler thing to do.
Sure. But
Whatever.
yeah, ins and outs. I think it's fun, but we have a twist on it that we're going to make it a Disney edition.
Disney-fied.
Because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear what our ins and outs are.
Yeah, actually, we'll charge you. If it's like Disney, it's going to be $49 to listen to this episode. I'm just kidding. So
They're-
let's start
yeah.
with the negative,
All right, let's do it.
the outs. Get out of here, Disney. That's the thing.
Okay.
You have to say at the end of it, get out of here, Disney.
Okay.
All right, number 1.
Disney IT.
This is a sore subject for me because I spent many an hour on that freaking computer or phone or tablet, what you name it. I've been on it, trying to wait to check in for a Disney cruise, to try and upload some travel documents on there, trying to buy a Magic Key, trying to buy whatever. If it's a special event,
Like Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oogie Boogie Bash, it is destined to crash. You'll add it to your cart like we mentioned before, and it will just wonk out on you and not let you check out. I know last year a lot of people had trouble checking out with their Magic Key because they lived in California, and you have the option of a monthly payment. Some folks like just kind of spread it out over 12 months. They were trying to add that option, and it wouldn't let them do it. So they had to buy it outright. They didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and with Oogie Boogie Bash last year, the famous thing that happened when
Just crashed.
basically it crashed and Disney said, we're going to stop sales for a couple days. See you on Monday.
Yeah, so these people wasted half their day and said like, oh, sorry, see you in a few days.
And all the poor like travel agents that were trying to, like, that was a mess. And
Yep.
that shouldn't be how it shouldn't be like that at all. This company is absolutely massive. When you think of someone like an Apple, who you can go on and buy something within 3 seconds.
And there's hundreds of thousands of people doing the same
Yeah.
thing. I bought an iPhone at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I clicked 4 buttons and it was done. So this is what I'm trying to say. It can be done. Disney, like everyone, I don't think I've had this experience with anybody else, right?
No.
It's just them. Spend some money.
And
Throw
again, it's not
$10
that
at it.
difficult. It's not like you're asking for like $50 billion to redo the websites.
They probably would.
No way.
50 trillion.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I'm just
okay.
kidding. No, it won't be that much. Not at all. But
No.
yeah, it's pretty silly. Also, the apps are pretty garbage. They won't even, I don't want to get in the nitty gritty of it. I'm not actually in tech. I know I have some friends in tech, so they can explain it better. But like the silly things are when you go to click something in the app, like get a park reservation, it should keep you in the app. Instead, it kicks you out to a web site.
Web portal. It's really bizarre.
It's so bad.
They are making some enhancements to the app with like the food or like mobile ordering and all that. but
Whoa.
other than that,
Whoa.
I know.
They're adding some time stuff.
Disney?
Excuse me.
Get out.
Disney, get out of here. All right. Second one. Go ahead.
Disney overpromising or announcing projects that are either not going to happen or aren't going to happen for like 20 years.
I know.
Like, what in the world?
I gotta admit, Josh D'Amaro, I think, is the worst offender of this. He's the chairman of the parks, and hey, he's a personal friend of the show. We know
we've met
Josh.
him.
We've met him. We've dined with
we
him.
basically had lunch with his
Now
family.
it's a little generous. He was sitting next. We didn't dine with him, but
No.
I
Close
like
enough.
I like to think we did.
Yes.
He was really nice, actually. So I don't want to bash on him too much because he's a personal friend.
Yeah, no bashing.
No, but
Yeah.
honestly, he is really bad. He will announce something and like total blue sky. He'll admit like, oh, this is absolutely not set in stone.
Yeah.
And it will be like a few years later, a few years pass, and it's like, well, yeah, it's changed since then.
Yeah. And
Why
again,
announce it?
With the announcements, it's like, yeah, it's coming. And then you're like, no, it never came. You're like, well, it might be coming.
I know.
And then
know.
everyone in the Disney community is like, oh my gosh, it's coming. And then in like a month, we're like, it's not coming.
Avengers Campus, look at what
Yeah.
they did with that ride. It started off as a really cool concept, and then now it's been diluted down to a basically motion simulator like Star Tours.
Yeah.
Come on.
Which again, we totally understand that sometimes things just don't work out, or it's one of those things where, hey, it gets announced, budget changes, or whatever it is. It just doesn't happen.
It shouldn't be announced if it's not if like the budget hasn't been set or the parameters haven't been set. Why announce it to begin with?
Yes, because again, it just creates hype in that moment, and I just feel like they're setting themselves up for just a negative response from everybody in the community because they're like, don't say something that's going to happen, and then just not acknowledge it ever again.
Sure.
Because again, it's just negative.
Pretty lame.
Boo.
Stop doing it, man. Next up, we've got bad movies. That's just the line, bad movies.
Touchy subject.
Please stop.
Mm-hmm.
They've been pretty trash the last couple of years. There have been maybe a couple diamonds in the rough, but for the most part, like since Coco, I would say it's been pretty lame. Luca, maybe?
Luca, I love Luca.
No, I'm saying, yeah,
Oh,
Luca was good.
Raya was good.
Raya was decent. Okay, so
I
there's been
wouldn't say that far back.
there's been some good movies, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. The recent ones have honestly been pretty bad. Even financially, box office wise, have been pretty poor.
Yeah.
So Marvel movies not doing well. You've got the Wish movie that didn't do really well at all. And Star Wars, I mean, I think they did well financially, but like critically, people didn't really like them that much.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I do see people go, I liked the movies. They were fine. Like, what are you talking about? I think we all can agree that even if you liked it, it still doesn't live up to how they used to be.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to
So-
say some of these are as good as Beauty and
Yeah.
the Beast? Absolutely not.
No. And again, I know you can't compare everything to like the classics, but when you do have a movie like Coco, again, when
Inside Out.
yeah, then you to the ones that are out now, you're kind of like, they're just not as good in my opinion. That's just our opinion though.
I agree. Bob Iger agrees too. He's come out and pretty much admitted, hey, we're going to focus now quality over quantity. We're going to be story first and maybe worry about the other stuff a little less. So I think he's aware of it, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's not all talk, and they back it up with some better movies.
Mhm.
All right, next up.
Genie Plus. And again, this is a really big touchy subject because I feel like you either despise Genie Plus or you're like, yeah, it's great. And I'm kind of like,
hate Genie Plus. So again, I know they're not going to get rid of it. That's silly thinking, but please improve it at the very least.
Yeah, that's all we're asking. Again, we do think it's a service that can be done well. Just currently, it's just not in that zone. It's one of those things where you pay an astronomical amount of money. The parks are busy. You want to use the service, and you end up waiting in line for like 30 minutes when you paid so much money for your family to bypass all the lines, when in reality, you're not doing that. Again, families are being forced to pay for this because lines are so long.
Yeah.
And it's like, Caleb and I both want this to work so bad because it's such a great service.
Yeah, make it make more sense too.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I don't want to complain here. Like, this is a decent problem to have, is that we go so often that I don't want to shell out for a service like this because it gets expensive really fast.
Right.
And I get the 20% off kind of helps, I guess, but when it's, close to $30 a person, I still don't want to pay that.
Right.
But I know it makes sense for people that are coming out of town and are flying in maybe once a year, once every few years.
100%.
I get it. Pay the extra $100-something. Totally.
We would recommend that, honestly.
Yeah, but for people that go, let's say 2 or 3 times a year, it makes absolutely no sense, in my opinion, to keep buying it because, I don't know, just make it make more sense, I guess. It just doesn't work that well. You can't pick an attraction more than one time for the day. Why?
I know.
So if I went and got a lightning lane, whatever it's called, for Guardians, I couldn't use the service again for Guardians that entire day. I have to wait till the next day.
That's a bummer.
Why?
Because I'm like, what if I want to ride Guardians all day?
I might want to.
Yeah.
So it's lame. Go away, Disney. Is that what it is? Go away, Disney. All right, next one.
All right, next up we have park hopping with the limitation with time. So you can't just park hop whenever anymore. You have to wait for a certain time. This is something that I feel like needs to go. I get park reservations. You know what? I understand why they work. But the time restriction, I'm like, let's get that gone. Like,
Yeah.
let's get rid of it.
I could argue against the reservations as well. I don't even know if they're doing anything anymore. But yes, the park hopping thing at 11 a.m. is why? Why? If I want to go get breakfast at DCA and then go ride a ride at Disneyland, why can't I do that?
I don't know.
Why?
Because either way, you're going to be switching over. So it's kind of like,
I don't understand it.
yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
So silly. Next up, you've got the lack of allergy options at special events.
Yeah, it's one of those things where this is such a bummer because I feel like all the allergy options are getting smaller and smaller as the years go by.
Yeah, again, they're reducing in quantity like you mentioned, and there's really no reason. Why not have a booth like for Festival of Holidays or... yeah, a booth, honestly, with just allergy-friendly options.
Yeah.
One booth that's dedicated to, and they're good. People with not allergies can still come by and grab something, but like offer a gluten-free thing, a dairy-free thing, a what have you, soy-free thing, so people with allergies can enjoy the festivals. Because I have no desire to go during the holidays sometimes because I'm like, I can't really take part in anything special about it. So really no reason, especially since they offer so many things for lunch and dinner and breakfast. Why not do that for the booths?
I don't get it.
So silly.
That needs to go out for sure.
Yeah, out. Get out of here, Disney.
Get out. All right, next up we have inaccurate wait times. This is a big one that is not fun because when you get in line expecting to wait a certain amount of time and that ends up doubling, that can be frustrating.
Yeah, we call it the Genie Plus effect because you're standing in line, like Caitlin mentioned. Let's say it's a 30-minute standby line at Monsters, Inc., and then they'll come on the intercom. They're like, apologies, the wait time is now 60 minutes. Sorry.
And that's happened so
And again,
many times.
I'm not blaming the cast member.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
No.
But it's that silly system, the Genie Plus thing, where they have a ton of return times and they just come and jam it up and they let all them through. So I would imagine there's someone smart enough at Disney to develop something that anticipates those return times and can post an accurate standby wait time. Like, maybe expect that, oh, you know what? In the next hour, we're going to have 450 people joining this line for Genie Plus. Let's go ahead and increase that thing before people get in line.
Just like they did with FastPass.
Does that make sense? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they did for FastPass. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Come on, Disney.
All right, next up, we have reduced perks at the Disney hotels. They took this away quite a while ago and still really haven't brought it back. And the things that they have brought back are so small, they're kind of insignificant.
Yeah, when you're spending $700, $800, $900 a night for a hotel room, you want it to make sense, other than the cool theming at the resort. But I'd argue like they're making it make less sense now.
Do you remember when you could have things sent back to your hotel?
Yeah, not anymore.
So amazing.
Yeah, if you went and bought a ton of stuff at the Emporium, you could have it all sent back to your hotel room. They would send it to your house if you'd like. It was nuts. They have early entry changes. So now it's only 30 minutes, which is so
minimal.
silly.
That's ridiculous.
It used to be an hour.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What is 30 minutes going to do? You'll get to one ride.
Yeah. If that, even if it's open. Because sometimes when people do all this, like, oh, I'm going to get in 30 minutes early to go ride one ride.
half the park's
it's
open.
closed.
I know.
Yeah.
And then also it's only one park now. So it used to be both parks. You could pick between Disneyland and DCA for your early entry, and not anymore.
Specific perks now.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And then also they charge for parking. If I'm spending $800 a night, why am I spending $35 for parking?
I don't know.
That is so crazy.
It's the Disney tax.
They got rid of it at Disney World. That makes sense. But Disneyland, nope, we got to pay. All right, next one. Last one.
Using parks as a financial crutch.
Yeah, this is mine.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Milking park guests for every dollar to prop up the company's financials. I apologize if this is boring, but I feel it. As a consumer, I feel that Disney is really milking these consumers because everywhere else in the company is like not performing very well. You've got the movie division that's not doing very well. You've got Genie Plus that's losing about $500 million a quarter. You've got the linear TV stuff, regular cable, not doing very well. So they're using the parks and cruise line to make the company look better, right? When the quarterly earnings report comes out and they're like, we did a fantastic job. We made this much more money.
Right.
In reality, it was just the parks. It's because they keep increasing prices. They keep whatever, because that's really the only part of the company that's working right now. That gets tiring.
Right.
I'm tired of it. So please, Disney, let's maybe focus on the rest of the business and stop beating us up so bad.
Right. I agree. I think
Get out of here,
Get
Disney.
out of here. But now I think we should take it to a positive area. Let's talk about the ends.
Ends.
Get in here, Disney.
Brought to you by
Just kidding.
this. We should have been sponsored by In-N-Out for this segment.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to reach out and give us some free meats, I'd appreciate it. I only get, okay, fun fact really quick, and then we'll dive into ends. A side note, it's called the Flying Dutchman. It is just 2 pieces of meat with cheese. That's it. Uh-oh. She does not like my In-N-Out order. Sorry. Maddie's being very vocal. Let's see if she goes back to sleep. And sleep. It worked. All right.
That looks weird.
No, but I get the Flying Dutchman because I can't have the buns there, so it's pretty good. I do like the meats.
It's so funny because sometimes some of the people that work there, they're like, what? You can tell if they're new. They're like a Flying Dutchman.
Oh, yeah. The Flying Dutchman.
Okay, so let's start off with something that I love, and that's merch designs. So I feel like Disney recently has been doing a really great job at coming out with really awesome merch.
Yeah, we just saw the ones I really like, the old, like the 90s looking ones.
Yes, so they're the sweatshirts that have Mickey and there's Donald and Goofy with all
Minnie.
different colors. Like they're just so cute. And even like the 2024 merch, it's super vibrant colors. It's super retro. And again, if you fast or rewind about like 9 months ago, the merch was just not.
Sometimes they still, I would say this is a 75% in.
Yeah.
There's still some stuff they come out and I'm like, who wears that?
Yeah. But again, it's like now I feel like they're coming out with stuff that I'm like, it's so cute.
The home merch too? Oh, I would spend $5,000.
Like they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So I hope they keep that up within 2024 and on.
Yes.
So.
All right, next up, we've got their investments into the cruise line. In our opinion, Caleb and Caitlin here at the Market House, we think that the cruise line, they've been in, like, that is still where the Disney magic is.
Oh, for sure.
100%, right?
Yeah. Like every single ounce of like Disney happiness that will come out of us is literally from Disney Cruise Line.
Yes, we love the park still, don't get us wrong. It's just they have been slacking in some areas. Disney Cruise Line, I think they've only improved on.
Oh, for sure.
It's been so good. So I love that they keep investing into it. Please keep doing that. A few more ships are coming our way in the next years. I don't know.
I'm so excited for the treasure.
A new cruise port. It's going to be awesome.
I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
All right, next up we have the entertainment. The recent shows that Disneyland has been coming out with are absolutely amazing, like Wondrous Journeys. We have Magic Happens. That parade is amazing. Caleb and I were literally just listening to the soundtrack. It's so good.
Love it.
And a good way to just kind of like go back in time. Do you remember like Paint the Night? Like how amazing those parades were.
I loved Paint the Night.
There was a gap with the pandemic where like the shows were kind of just like meh.
I hate when they bring back Mixed Magic. It's one of the worst shows ever.
Yeah.
And some of the old parades, honestly, I don't know if this might be an unpopular opinion, but the what was the music one where Mickey would play the drums?
Oh, I don't remember.
Do you remember what it was called? If you remember at home, remind me.
Let us know.
He would play that part was decent, right? That was cool seeing some of the characters kind of play instruments, but the rest of the parade was like super underwhelming, in my opinion.
I just feel like the Disney magic with the parades, like it's back. Like, and that's a good thing. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, those shows were absolutely amazing.
They're really good. And the honestly, the foreign parks are doing shows like Paris.
Oh gosh, they're exquisite. They're
Tokyo.
so beautiful and they're just well done. The music's amazing.
So maybe they brought that magic over here. I love it. Next up, Downtown Disney Editions. We love that Disney is changing it up over there with more restaurants, kind of more upscale feeling.
Yeah.
I like it's kind of getting a little more Disney Springs like. Again, no, we love Downtown Disney.
Oh,
It's
for
still,
sure.
it's still a toss up for me on which one I like more.
I think honestly Disney Springs.
You like Disney Springs?
I love Disney Springs.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
true.
love how big it is and just like all the options with shopping and dining. But I feel like Disneyland is doing such a great job in downtown Disney area with all the refurbs that they're doing. Like it's gonna be great over there.
It's going to be really cool. They've got that new entertainment venue. Again, just the new tower at Disneyland Hotel. All of it's kind of like becoming really, it's working together.
I agree.
I love it.
All right, next up, like I just mentioned, the plans for expansion. Now, this could be at the parks, this could be at Downtown Disney. Disney has some great plans coming up this year, and I'm excited to see what they do with it.
We'll see if it happens. They've got, of course, Disneyland Forward. That is still very blue sky, which means it's still in the planning phase. Anaheim still has to vote on it. I'm a little, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think
Yeah.
the Anaheim leadership's changed enough. They're not as Disney friendly, I've heard. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, I don't know. I love that Disney is constantly trying, at least, though, to expand the experience. I know there was a rumor for a while. I think they were trying to buy Garden Walk at one point, and they're going to have like some kind of monorail system that went out there. They have basically borrowed that idea and used that now for Disneyland Forward. I think the Toy Story parking lot is supposed to become Downtown Disney, basically.
Oh, wow.
And they'll have a monorail system. So I love the ideas. I hope these happen. Again, I don't think these happen for the next 15 to 25 years or something like
Right.
that. But I love that there's still plans. I love that they're trying because we're so landlocked. They really do need to make more room, though, because it's getting more popular every single year. And then finally, our last positive this year is the elimination of park reservations and park hopping limitations over at Walt Disney World. Disney, thank you.
Yeah.
We love Walt Disney World. Our home park is Disneyland, but we love that our East Coast brothers and sisters are getting way more perks.
Oh, for sure. We need to bring that over to Disneyland. Like,
Seriously.
quickly. Like, what in the world?
Yes, but that is just such a better consumer experience. Just a little hint. We're going to be experiencing this late this year.
Yeah.
We're in 24.
Yes.
So late this year. We don't have to do park reservations. We don't have to worry about park hopping stuff.
It just makes everything so much easier and less stressful.
Agreed. But that's it.
Yeah.
Those are our ins and outs.
I think there's just a couple things. Again, I feel like everyone shares at least some of these thoughts in hopes for Disney. Again, they are making some strides, so let's see what they do this year. I'm hoping it'll be a positive one. I'm hoping they stay out of the heat a little bit. And I just hope that the things that they've been promising or talking about actually happen. So we'll see.
Agreed. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Both a huge, huge help to the show. Thanks so much for doing that. We also have a Patreon. Go join us over there, markethousepodcast.com/support. Your support means the world to us. Thank you so much for doing that. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. You can find that link. What's it called? It's a web link, www.whateverit.com. In the episode description, you can save $10 using Market House 10. Join us next week for another episode. It's been grand. It's been fun.
Bye.